Welcome back, everybody. Well, what a story. I've recorded this outside. I was very proud of myself. I took some flowers from the garden, and those were your selection options. I did that yesterday, and then I tried to record this morning before a meeting. But firstly, there were so many distractions, and then secondly, just the camera just didn't record. My software just told me there's no recording. So what it was meant to be, I suppose. Anyway, I thought I'd do this early-ish. And my brother asked me the other day, when's the next pick a card? So here it is. And I just want to take a moment to thank you for all your lovely comments, my friends and new subscribers. I really appreciate every comment and every bit of input. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I do love that. So here are your options. Group 1 is this little owl, and your tarot deck is the Pathfinder's Tarot. I haven't used any of these on YouTube yet, on video yet. 2 is with this Tree of Life, and your cards are from the Discover Tarot. 3 is this little heart, and it's from the Arthurian Tarot. And then 4 is these angel wings. So beautiful. And the Tarot of the 78 Dwarfs. Yeah. And I'm going to draw from Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy Oracle cards for as a base. Okay. So you can take a moment, make your choice, or you can pause and make your choice, and then I'll see you on the other side. Let's start with you, group 1. Welcome back, you pretty little owl. Let me start with these. You fly out. The guard box. Write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container called a guard box, as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. That's such a lovely bit of advice. You can get yourself one of these. I used to use these tins for such, but it's beautiful. So you can put lots and lots of worries or concerns, and you can use a different one for thank yous, because I do believe that gratitude is also a wonderful way of opening yourself up to more joy, happiness, beauty, and to seeing it around you. Okay, so let's see. Eight of Wands, fast communication, possibly, maybe about something that's worrying me. 3 of Pentacles, oh, that could be to do with work. And Ace of Swords in reverse. Let's see. So 8 of Wands. Your 8 of Wands is about communication, and it can also speak about making things that are manifestation, in the sense of ideas coming into fruition. With the 3 of Coins, it does talk about partnerships, but working together to creating some kind of masterpiece, something beautiful, something meaningful. So a very meaningful working together. And then your Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is about clarity, clear communication. So perhaps there's a caution here, given that it's in the reverse, to try to be as clear as possible when it comes to communication, especially in partnerships. That, communication is key, as I'm sure you know. It's so important to communicate clearly, especially when there are more than when there's more than one person involved, So just think about that. Good one. Okay. Oh my. You got this card yesterday. And the Five of Wands as well, I think. Okay. I'm going to take this one. The Star. Okay. So, let me think about it. Perhaps this is a relationship, some kind of relationship. It could be a love relationship or a work partnership, but there's definitely some kind of partnership. And I think that communication in this partnership is key. Perhaps either because it's lacking or needs a bit of work, or because it might be a potentially difficult partnership. Not in that it might be bad, but it might be a complex kind of partnership, and so communication might be really important to help it along. So think about communication, especially because that's also a card of communication, Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. With the Five of Wands, yes, that adds to the idea or my thinking that there might be some kind of strife or potential for strife. It could simply be because this is a complex relationship, partnership, so there is potential for that, but your answer lies in the communication, in turning that a clear communication, because that seems to be missing. And then you've got a card of heartbreak and a card of healing. So it feels to me like some kind of partnership has been going through a lot of tension, perhaps. And there's been a lot of pain. Now, it could either be that this partnership has been really difficult, or that you are concerned because of past betrayals or past difficult partnerships. You're afraid that this won't work out. So take it as it applies. With the Star card there, though, you've got two really beautiful major arcana cards. The Sun suggesting the potential for something really beautiful and joyful, and the Star, in this case, I'm really thinking of the Star as the healer, water, like a balanced healer that's bringing in balance, and perhaps that balance is coming into this relationship. Healing is coming into this relationship, whether it's a lovership or a bigger partnership. It could be that this was a relationship, a lovership, that where there was someone had an affair, or there was another party involved in some way, and definitely the suggestion is that communication is key. I love that the sun is there and the star is there, and they're both in the upright, suggesting so much potential for this partnership, whether it's work or love relationship. And okay, so perhaps a prince is becoming a king. The Prince of Pentacles there. The Prince of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy. In here, the Prince of Pentacles, I look at the blonde hair, and it gives me a feeling of lightness. It almost feels like the Page of Swords or the Page of Cups energy. But in fact, the Prince of Coins, which would be the Knight of Coins, is a very steady and stable energy, but very slow-moving. But in this card, I'm seeing it as, it looks quite, maybe fey is the word, like very, maybe ditzy, or, I mean, everything about this card speaks about someone whose head is in the clouds. Quite different from how I normally perceive the Knight of Coins. But it seems to me someone has grown into the King of Cups. This King of Cups, Poseidon, I think, here with that trident. But this King of Cups is so much more mature than that prince, and this king is riding in on his steed. They're riding in with purpose, which the King of Cups is not often depicted that way. So it seems to me like a slow-moving energy, and a kind of up in the air kind of energy. Someone who has maybe been airy-fairy, or moving too slowly, or hasn't been grounded, is now taking action, and the action is towards something loving. So it could be love, offering a cup of love, but they're very active. And the thing about the King of Cups, I've been thinking a lot about the King of Cups and talking a lot about the King of Cups with that gentle strength, and that's beautiful. So someone has grown in this whole thing. I'm not sure if it's you or if it's another person. And this growth, the suggestion is that it's leading to this Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, fours are generally about stability. The Four of Wands is like it's seen as the marriage card. Yeah, it does suggest rootedness and stability and creating something long term. So I would think from what I'm seeing here, there's something that might have been painful. The energy seems to be changing, and there's so much positive energy. I think to start off with, it might have been a really difficult relationship or work partnership, but it's definitely this. There seems to be this promise of a complete change and healing, deep partnership, joyous partnerships. Even if it's a work situation, there's potential for such harmony. But it could be all the players learning, growing from, or it could be that if it's a work thing, this project, because it feels like if it is a work thing, it feels like a project between close people who are quite close, maybe. And you see the three there and the three there. It is possible that the project itself is starting to mature and become more solid, or the people within it. If it's love, I'm thinking that someone in the relationship has grown and maybe done a lot of healing and is now ready to take a leap of faith, move forward with a solid offer. Could be work too, could be someone is willing to make a solid offer to someone else work-wise. So take it as it fits for you, but for your take home, I would suggest the guard box thing. It's always a powerful thing to do, and just I think that the big thing here is communication, and learning to communicate clearly. So being clear about what it is you need to say and being strong about putting that forward. It doesn't have to be in a destructive way, with the 5 of Wands in the reverse. It can be done constructively in a way that builds. I'm just looking at the sun there as well, the sun there, because there's something here that's worth that effort. So let me see if there's anything else. I'm going to stick with the communication thing. I think you need to think about how you communicate, all the parties perhaps, and perhaps you as the person watching can share that, take the lead in being an example of good communication, or sharing with the others in the group or with your partner what good communication to you means by being that good communicator, by expressing your needs clearly. Okay, group 1, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helps. Please give me feedback. Lots of love to you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, group 2. I'll start with drawing a card from the Doreen Virtue Angel Therapy card. Nice, really nice. Goddess. Express your divine feminine energy, embracing its magical intuition and nurturing qualities. And that applies to men as well. Or however you express yourself, predominantly, you are being asked to, for now at least, celebrate your feminine energy. There's something about your feminine energy that's needing to be celebrated, I think. Okay. The Knight of Wands, the 4 of Swords, and the 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, lots of, wow, look at that. Okay, I'm going to take those. And just Wands came out in the last one as well. Okay, so you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is quite gung-ho. Very good at starting projects, full of passion and energy. So I'm going to see the Knight of Wands as that here, just look at that aspect. The 4 of Swords is about meditation and going within, and the 10 of Pentacles is this happy, really beautiful, happy family stability card of stability. So it's possible that you've started something new, some new project, some new relationship. In the next row you have cups and more cups. So it's possible this is a relationship, something new. There's a lot of passion to light that spark. With the 4 of Swords there, perhaps this is something you've waited for a long time. You've gone in and asked for guidance, and you've been asking for this Knight of Wands to come in. The thing I need to say about the Knight of Wands, it is a new energy. It is a new energy, and it still needs to root and ground itself. Although you have this beautiful grounded card of happiness and joy, which is lovely, and it does talk about stability, and that's what's going on for you right now. And the last group had something about communication, and I think you have that as well. And yours is really a caution. There's something about communication not being very clear that is perhaps making you feel uncertain. You know, you've got the Ten of Cups. That's the wish card. It's like a really happy family card. It really is the ultimate happy family kind of situation, which if it's about love, it's just saying the cups of love are overflowing in this situation, which is so beautiful. And with the Three of Cups there, it suggests some kind of celebration. Perhaps there is a wedding that you are planning, maybe your wedding that you're planning, and that can cause a lot of upsets because it's such a it can be quite manic before a wedding, and I guess with COVID-19 it might seem even more difficult, and perhaps because you are really wanting to do this celebrating with friends. I'm seeing really positive cards here. The only card that I would caution about, or not caution about, I would see this as the guidance card, is the need for very clear communication. I'm also thinking the need to think before saying things, especially if things are really heated. I mean, the Knight of Wands is a passionate energy, so it could be all this organizing and getting things done, and I think the cards are saying just take time out to be quiet. So, you know, to go within and talk to your higher self, your guides, whoever it is you talk to. Just doesn't even have to be asking a question. It's just being still with that energy, so that your actions are guided and you feel more calm and at ease with whatever this is that's going on. I'm seeing possibly a wedding, but it could be something else. It could be a new partnership or a partnership very similar to group one, but I'm definitely seeing a lot of passionate, loving energy here. Like love. I think this is the group with the love. Love is on your mind. And then I want to come back to expressing your divine feminine energy. I think that is your help. So whoever you are, to keep going back to your divine feminine energy and just, I was going to say, play with yourself, and then I realized how that would sound. It is about sitting with yourself and just getting in touch with that divine feminine nature of yours. Perhaps in your meditations, that's where you go and be in tune, whoever you are, with your divine feminine energy, and feel what that energy is about for you. Yeah, just feel, allow this energy to nurture yourself, and perhaps you are needing to nurture someone else in a relationship, whatever that relationship is. Perhaps you are being asked to be in that energy. I think especially if you don't generally see yourself as the divine feminine, or if you feel that you express yourself in the masculine more, I think that you are being called on to just go in and just feel that loving energy with this Four of Swords. I think you've been called to just be love in a situation. And then you have a card of new beginnings. The Seven of Swords here, let me think about that. So you've got two sevens. Yeah, 2 7. The Seven of Cups, which talks about having lots of choices and then having to make a choice about something. And the Seven of Cups asks you to choose wisely. It talks about being discerning, and I suspect perhaps that's where another place where the divine feminine comes in, and you are being advised to make that decision, like from the heart, to just keep going within to your heartfelt space to make that choice or decision. The Fool there indicates that a new beginning is waiting to happen, but as advice, I would say you're being called to trust. And your trusting comes from your being able to be in touch with your feminine energy. You're definitely you are being called on to, for now, at least in this situation, your decisions you are needing to make them from your heart, from your feminine energy space. That's what I see. With the Seven of Swords here, I think that's confirming that for me. It's saying, the Seven of Swords can be about sneaky behavior and trying to get away with something. No shortcuts. I think that's your guidance. Don't take shortcuts in whatever this is. Take the time to go within, so that you can make, so that whatever is presented to you, all the possibilities, you are able to move forward, knowing that you've gone within, you've been in touch with your feminine energy, and you're trusting that to make those choices, and you're not taking shortcuts. That's how I'm seeing that you are not taking shortcuts, because that would be working against yourself, right? I feel like drawing one more card that jumped out. And there you go again. What's so interesting? The group before this got the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords was in the reverse. Eight of Wands was upright. I think you had yours in the reverse, yeah. And so I think that your big caution for the week ahead or weeks ahead is to just be aware of communication, of the need to communicate clearly. And that comes from the going within and being in touch with the feminine energy. I'm going to keep reminding you of that. The going within and just talking to the female deities that feel close to you. Could be Mother Mary, it could be, I don't know, in any tradition, it could be someone else. Whoever that is. It could be a loved one that's passed on, and it could be an angel that you feel close to. And Gabriel comes to my mind. I always say Gabriel in my mind because I see Gabriel as a feminine energy. So call on that feminine energy and the divine feminine within yourself, which those deities are extensions of, in a way. They are expressions of that. So the need for very clear communication, and I think you know how to do that. I think that's your big thing, is to move into your heart, be be in touch with your feminine energy by whatever means, by using colors that you associate with femininity, by talking to feminine deities, by being gentle, by being conscious, and feeling in your heart where that, what that feels like, and just being in touch with that and using that as your guide. Going in, when you go within, using that as your guide to help you make, when you're presented with lots of choices, to make the right ones. And trust then that you are guided, because you are doing all this inner work to jump. When you are called, that you will trust that decision that you make. And I really, this card has never said to me, no shortcuts. So I think that's a very powerful message. No shortcuts, being clear. I think that's it. Whatever is going on here, yeah. Oh, I hope that helps group too. Please give me feedback. I'd love to hear from you. Take care, and I'll chat with you soon. Lots of love. Welcome back, group 3. Let's choose your card from the Doreen Virtue. Ooh, okay, this is feels like quite a spiritual group that's doing some inner work. You are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. That's beautiful. I think you're being asked to do a lot of that going within this week. Your third eye, stuff, being able to intuit things, maybe. So you have the hermit, that's the Grail hermit. That's the hermit that's going, wow, that just makes so much sense. You are being guided to go within. You have the Sword Queen, and that's the Queen of Swords. She's in reverse. I think you might be a very head person, comfortable in your being in your head, which is beautiful. But yes, and there you have, oh wow, the Ten of Cups. So something beautiful is happening. You are being asked to suspend this beautiful, intelligent head. Let it go and play with the daisy. Yes, you and air sign, I think, they all have air sign tendencies, and you're being asked to suspend that beautiful head. I love that. I love that. And you're being asked to go within. I think the Hermit is one of, it's hard to say which are my favorite cards. Well, I love the Devil, because that's me. I love the Magician. And I think when it comes to deep inner work, this is this would be my deity of choice, not deity, archetype of choice would be the Hermit. Willing to go in and seek inner wisdom. And, there's this promise of the Holy Grail that, I think the Ace of Cups is the Holy Grail, but the 10 is this absolute joy and abundance of love, of good fortune, of your castle by the sea. And then you have the Sphere Knight, that's the Knight of Wands in the reverse. just a warning there, I would say, not to be hasty. Not to be hasty. I think that what you're going into requires a slow approach. You know, some things like the previous reading, the previous group, their guidance was that they also got the Knight of Wands in the upright, and for me it felt like the spark of the Knight of Wands for the project. So yeah, and you get the Fool as well. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Being asked to trust and take that leap of faith. But your leap of faith is guided by that going within, and they also got the Seven of Swords. There's so many similarities in all three. So, okay, let me just do a bit of thinking. I definitely feel you are being asked to suspend rushed motion. This, whatever you're working on requires, it feels like it requires that long-term determination of the Knight of Coins, slowly moving forward. And suspending let your Queen busy herself with something else, this beautiful, intelligent head. Let her distract her with something else that she can work on, But this project that you're working on requires this trust, this deep going within, deep. It really is deep. It's my deep. This is my shaman card. That's what you are being called to do. Go in, find your shaman within, do that inner work. This feels like Moses going off into the mountains, Muhammad going into the desert, I think, and the mountains. But it feels like that very deep going, withdrawing, in order to find that your shaman, your inner shaman, and so that you then it's easy to take this leap of faith. So interesting. There's so many similarities, but differences. Yours is that, like, I don't know, the group before is being guided to their feminine energy in a way, and you are being guided to like a sort of masculine, deep energy, or maybe it's a combination. But okay, see what fits for you. But I feel like this intellectual energy is being asked to pull back, and that deep wisdom, deep wisdom, you have it within you. I mean, you're profoundly clairvoyant. You need to just hold it in, really, 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 and trust. And you're doing that work, I think. And with the Seven of Swords here, okay, it seems to be like a coffin floating. It makes me think of the Lord of the Rings. The bodies, I don't know. But the Seven of Swords does talk about sneaky behavior, and that's in the center. I really don't feel like there's any other sneak, any sneak other than yourself. You could be talking yourself out of stuff because of your own fears. And maybe that's your caution. And you can go that route of being fearful, or you can go this route of taking the leap of faith. But you need, I think that you as a person need this, and you know it, that you need that sense of stability. And I'm saying that sense, that going within is your stability. It is the thing that will help you do this towards that. Things are looking good. Oh, and look at that. I love that. I love, love, love. I always put the last row in the upright because for me this is more the advice. So Wheel of Fortune is turning. Things are coming into balance. That's with the Six of Coins. And it could also be suggesting that you need to find ways of bringing balance in. You've got the previous group got the Nine of Coins and the Ten of Cups as well. Ten of Cups is there, Nine of Coins is there, but so interesting. So there seems to be this potential for so much abundance. Really, really, really. The Nine of Coins. No, I think they've got the Ten of Coins and the Nine of Cups. Nine of Coins talks about your independence, trusting yourself. You know, I was chatting with my brother about nature, and there's nature again in this card. Like, you know, this nature and this Hermit card, I think they go well together. That's your goal. You're going within is, you know, you don't have to be out in nature to feel nature. You can watch the ocean, something to do with the ocean. How beautiful is that? Things that appeal to you, as I was chatting with my brother about, you know, that there's that kind of thing coming up here again. This is complete independence and standing on your own feet, and abundance as well, the Nine of Coins. But I think the suggestion is that these two are working hand in hand. That's your guide to keep going into nature, to get yourself away from being too much in your head, and going in to do that deep inner work. That is your guide now. And I think that with Arthur here, King Arthur, powerful. From what I know, King Arthur was said to be a benevolent king, a beautiful king, like all the kings in the tarot have that potential to be kind-hearted and strong. And you know, if the King of Cups is in his positive is the gentle, has the gentle strength, then King Arthur is 10 times that. So you have this beautiful potential within you, and just hold on to that. I would say that your being is moving towards this, and I would say that you are doing that through going within. Yeah, this is very important. This is a very important part, I think. This is the way, is your passage to that. And this being in touch with nature is part of this, I guess. The stability and the standing. You know, the cards are saying so many things to me, multiple messages right now. So this is about the independence and standing on your own ground, but it's also about helping you with this shaman work, something to do with working with nature. You know, nature can be, I'll tell you this, some of my most peaceful visualizations are me in the desert. Total desolation, just me, desert. And I feel completely at peace. So use your imagination, you know, use what works for you. I think nature for you can be the desert. It can be being in the middle of the ocean. It can be mountains. I think my brother was talking about mountains, and it can be animals. It can be the woods. Use your imagination, or if you can, sit in a park. But you are being asked to go within. And I think this card, the Six of Coins, that's like Stonehenge, I think. Deeply spiritual. I think you are going into a deeper awakening. I was saying in the previous reading that I did, that I didn't record, that we are always awakening further. I think we just keep going deeper and deeper in our journeys. That's what I think. And you are going into a deeper state of growth. It's really beautiful. It's beautiful. If you can see yourself as heading to King Arthur's status, wow, how beautiful is that? And the Wheel of Fortune is just telling us that the wheel is turning in your favor. That's what I see here. And a reminder, don't play games with yourself. Don't let your fear comes from your head. Your fear comes from your head. Your beautiful intellect is a strength, but right now it shouldn't be the thing I feel that's guiding you right now. It just needs to rest a little bit, or do calculations, or look at the stars, or whatever the case might be. But otherwise, all three readings have, I think, been so positive. I think that there's some wonderful, wonderful stuff. Just it's a wonderful, wonderful outcome and wonderful, wonderful process. That's what I think. Okay, my beloved group threes, I hope that helps you. Please give me your feedback. Sending lots and lots of love. I'm so happy to see this reading for you. Welcome back, group four. Let's start with a message from the Dorian. Please want to jump out of this. Third eye. It is safe for you to see the energy of love in all of its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. Also, another card, another group, I think, of doing some deep inner work. Let's see. Ace of Wands. New beginnings. And that really does look like Merlin, right? Magician. Okay. 4 cards came out. I just wanted the one. So something that's a new beginning in your spiritual journey, and I was saying to you three that we are constantly reawakening. It's a constant process. We just go deeper and deeper. Okay, let's see. So you have the Two of Cups, which is the love card, and the Queen of Pentacles. Nice. There's a new beginning, potentially in love. Oh my goodness. And the Devil. That's the card of Capricorn. So let me see what comes out for you. The Queen of Cups is, I think, the most benevolent queen. Let me just take that. The Emperor, you also have the Emperor. Ten of Wands can be about, tens are generally coming to the end of something beneath the, this one came out the other day. So just bear that in mind. It's really joyful and joyous. And that's the Sun, but we'll leave it. The first reading I did yesterday, I was saying the Ten of Swords, Wands is in the center, and this is a very unusual take on the Ten of Wands. I'm really trying to make sense of the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands could caution about not taking on too much. That's the one aspect of it. And the other is about celebrating all the hard work that you have done, that your Ten of Wands, your hard work has not been in vain. You've created a lot in that time. Now, the one thing that strikes me about this Ten of Wands is the little girl looking at the adult here, and they're wearing the same things. They've got the same outfit, like a jester outfit almost. And this person is calling out to this person. It's like this, weird. Like, where are you off to? It's almost like one would see it as someone's walked away, and the other person, the one with the child, tried to stop that person from walking away. The other thing I'm seeing, and perhaps the walking away was necessary for both parties because whatever it was, had become a burden. So if that makes sense, trust that whatever happened was the right thing. The other thing I'm seeing is maybe to honor your inner child, to do maybe some inner child work, to go in within and just see which age of you that going within takes you to, and then go and talk to your little self and see what comes up. Just have fun with it. So the Ace of Wands suggests a new beginning, and the new beginning seems to be in love. It could be related to this thing that ended, quite possibly, or it could be something ended in order for something new to come in. Right? The important thing is that you are now this Queen of Coins. It's quite possible that whoever's watching this, it's likely you're a Capricorn. If that is the case, then you are standing in your power. You're standing in this devil energy and all the positive aspects of the devil, staring shadows down, embracing all aspects of you, claiming every part of you as beautiful. If not, it could be you're still sitting, you still have moved to this benevolent queen status. It's like either you're on your way to that feeling completely secure and stable, yet full of love and full of this capacity to share. There's something about you that has grown to this status, and it is perhaps because you've been willing to do this inner work. The only caution, and I think this came up before, is maybe not to overwork as well. And to allow something, if something is ending, allow it to end. Don't hold on too much to it. And I suppose that if we think about these two cards, if they were in the negative, the Emperor and the Devil, around this Ten of Wands, so I would just put this as a caution, addiction to overwork and perhaps to being domineering, or walking away from that kind of behavior around you. So if there's someone in your space that is behaving that way, to walk away from that. You don't have to put up with that in the negative, right? I was going to say something about the Queen of Coins. Yeah, we leave it there. 7, the Chariot, charging forward the Tower, so that's the Chariot, balance, moving forward with balance. Although in this card, it's really depicted as quite reckless, so perhaps that's the caution. Something needs to fall. something needs to fall, and you need to allow it to fall. Trust that that falling is going to allow you to rebuild something new and beautiful. And it's possible that there's a partnership, a love partnership between a queen of coins and a king of wands. And this doesn't have to be feminine and masculine or male and female. It's two energies, perhaps a feminine energy and a masculine energy. The one that's more masculine is a fiery natured masculine, and the one that's more feminine is very earthy. So there is possibly a partnership that's around. Now, when it comes to advice, I think I've spoken about it. So I'm seeing a new beginning. Really, it feels very much like a love connection with Hanina. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just going to take another card to maybe clarify. Feels like, but a new beginning. However, that new beginning happens through letting go of what doesn't serve you, like letting go of addiction to work possibly. And you get the Six of Wands, which is about victory, where this person's getting the accolades they deserve, and that's about this hard work that you've done to become this Queen of Coins. In some situation, you are expressing yourself as the Queen of Coins. And you are being acknowledged for that divine beauty and generosity and confidence and earthiness. I think that the walking away you need to do, or this tower that needs to fall, is the addictive behavior or addiction to negative behavior around you. Perhaps in the past you've allowed bad behavior. This looks like someone has stolen from that person. I'd love to explore this card more deeply. There looks like a lot of stuff that can come out of here. So perhaps your third eye work is also in looking at what it is. What is this negative behavior? Is it within you or within somebody else that is maybe domineering? Or is it you that tends to be domineering when you feel maybe afraid? So is there some aspect of yourself that you are rejecting and that you're not letting go of or not allowing to end? Or is there some bad behavior that you are putting up with? And you are the Queen of Coins in this situation. You don't have to put up with any shit. Let fall what needs to fall. Allow to crumble, because that allows you then to rebuild on a solid foundation, and it allows you this being acknowledged for who you are. I think there's again another caution, like the previous cards, to not rush. You don't have to do, like, you know what? I'm also seeing this as a victory card. Sorry, I'm jumping around, but don't rush towards your victory. You don't have to rush, but welcome the accolades. The people. It feels like people are around you. You'll be acknowledged for all the effort you've made for this, whether it's in a love relationship with someone, or if it's in a passion project, or and I think the answer lies in your being willing to let go of something, your negative thinking, your perceived or real bullies around you, or your own bullying behavior, which can even be turned in on yourself. And just trust this. And perhaps if this is not a love relationship, these are the two aspects of yourself that you need to be embracing. So I feel like this is the one that's more present, that you can feel, that's more tangible. And that's the other one that is working with you. This is your, if you think about this is the more conscious, and that's at an unconscious level. That this Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands is passionate, but the King of Wands, but very, very powerful. All the kings are powerful. So you've got these two, the masculine and feminine energies. Your feminine energy is being displayed in your body and the way you behave right now, in how you are projecting yourself, in how you're acting on a daily basis. And beneath the surface, you are being guided by your king, your masculine energies in the form of the King of Wands, fiery, determined, a leader in the sense of creative projects, getting things started, very stable. All the kings have that sense of stability, but this is the passionate king. So that's what's beneath the surface. Or on the other hand, it could be a relationship that's coming together between King of Wands, or person that displays that energy, and the Queen of Coins, the person that displays that energy. And if that is the case, in between is this offer of something really stable in the King, in the Emperor. It can be a very stable partnership. So, these are such general readings that I try to make them fit for different situations. But you can see how that fits. And I think that your advice and guidance is to let fall what needs to fall, in order for you to invite your victories and your accolades, and perhaps you've not been feeling acknowledged. That's there. You will see acknowledgement and your accolades coming to you, because you have done a lot of work to get to this point. All the cards have been very positive. The only thing I would say is be willing to let go. The Tower is not a scary card. It's just a card that's guiding you. Likewise, the Devil. The Devil is an invitation to embrace every aspect of yourself. Embrace your shadows. Embrace those things that you think are negative. And that inner child work, I think your third eye work, perhaps that will reveal something. So even if you do one of the things, like work with the shadow of yourself, like confront your shadows, look at what it is that you are afraid of within yourself, or that you don't embrace within yourself. That's one little task you could do. Don't do too much. Or you could do some inner child work. Just go within and see where your meditation takes you, to what age, and then go and check with your inner child and just see what comes up. So those are two things you can do. And then the other practical thing that you are being the Tower, if you don't allow the Tower to fall, trust me, it will fall, So just allow, rather than it being forced from you. Okay, beloveds, I hope that helps. I did meander, but there was all these readings. This reading in all the groups have been quite complex. Lots of things have been coming to me. But I think that's so beautiful anyway. So take what works for you, and please give me feedback. And I hope this helps. I hope you see your accolades being bestowed upon you in whatever form. Even if it's you acknowledging yourself, but trust that you're sitting, beautiful Queen of Coins. Okay, my beloved group 4s, hope that helps. Send lots of love, and I'll check with you again soon. Bye.